Hey, welcome back to Michelle Chosen One. Hey, I got another hidden gem to speak about. It's not really a hidden gem, but it's topics that are not really highlighted or discussed as much. But yeah, I want to talk about this topic that I want to discuss is like learning how to speak without over explaining yourself, okay? Learning how to speak without over explaining yourself, you guys, okay? This is something that we need to master, especially chosen ones and especially empaths and people that have been scapegoated on their journeys in this life, okay? We need to learn how to speak without over explaining ourselves, okay? Over explaining yourself is not clarity, it's self abandonment from being misunderstood. Self-abandonment from being misunderstood, or self-abandonment learned from being misunderstood or punished. Okay? So we got to be mindful of those. Over explaining yourself is not a communication issue, it's a trauma response. Okay? It's learned from somebody training you to be that way. For instance, if you keep over explaining yourself, it's because someone trained you to be like that. Okay? It could be your family dynamic. It could be your mother. It could be your father. It could be the caretaker that you're around, your siblings. If you have older siblings, or aunts, uncles, you were unknowingly trained to be like that. Okay, like you weren't enough, or no one was believing you for some reason. And this happens often with chosen ones. This happens often with the seers in the family, the ones that see the truth. You know what I mean? And it's like the family is all like under some, if you really kind of look at it, it feels like they're all under some kind of spell. You're the only, and they want you to be under the spell. So the way that they try to project it onto you is to make you feel like no one is acknowledging what you say. So you like to over explain. And that's also comes from people pleasing. You know what I mean? Wanting validation because no one looks at you as valid. You know what I mean? Until you grow up and you start to see things, and people are talking about this more often. The veil is off. No more veil over no one's eyes no more. Okay, the truth is being seen for what it is, and people are being more comfortable now coming out and speaking the truth, because truth is clarity, truth is honesty, truth is freedom. Okay, and people who are clear people, truthful people, people that are truthful, people that are clear, don't over explain, period. Anxious people do. Okay, anxious people do. When you're anxious, you over explain yourself. So you need to sit with yourself and ask yourself why you're so anxious, because that's not a good thing. If you're around people that make you feel anxious, you need to remove yourself and really sit with yourself and ask yourself, what is it about the circle of people that you're around, or the person that you're around, that's making you feel so anxious? Because if that person is making you feel anxious, that's actually a mirror reflection. That's a mirror reflection for you to ask yourself, what is it about this person? Clearly your spirit senses something about that person, but you're not aware on how to like identify exactly what it is. You feel it, but you're blocking yourself from really understanding, like, hold on, this isn't, I think life is all about understanding how you feel, why you feel these certain feelings. Feelings are huge. It's the way you navigate. It's like your GPS system. You know what I'm saying? Like your sacral chakra is your GPS system from your ancestors, from God. You know what I mean? And when you don't know how to place it and how to understand what you're feeling, it's meant you feel that you specifically feel that way for a reason. It's either something that you need to reflect on about yourself, or something about that person that's mirroring something about you, or the red flags that are being signaled to you. And a lot of people that they don't teach us these things, you know what I'm saying, and how to understand how we're feeling and how to process emotions. So sometimes like you become anxious because you don't understand. There's a especially if you're an empath, and you're an empath that's like you're not really evolved as much, you're going to place that anxiousness in the wrong hands, in the wrong company. You know what I mean? When you're over explaining, you're saying too much. You don't need to say too much. You just say, just to speak your truth and let that person respond. You know what I mean? Don't say too much. If you feel anxious, then you need to be aware of that. Okay, like say right now, if I'm talking to you guys and I'm like saying something and I'm like, yeah, you know, and da 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 da. So you gotta catch yourself and be like, why do I feel like I have to keep telling them more? Because there's something about their energy that's making you feel intimidated, or there's just something like there's an insecurity inside of you possibly that you're not aware of and tired to its entirety. And you need to reflect on that and understand what's making you feel so anxious for where you have to over explain. Okay, why are you over explaining yourself? That's because you was taught to be like that. Somebody in your family or someone that raised you or whoever's around you made you feel like you need to keep explaining yourself. Because someone made you feel like you're wrong about something. Someone made you feel like shut you down when you speak your truth. So you feel like you have to overly give details so people can understand you, because and it also comes from people not understanding you, not understanding you. So it's like I have to overly explain things because it can come from like people training you to be like that, but then other times it can just be coming from because you're highly intelligent. You're highly intelligent and you see things, and everybody else is not on the same level of you as seeing truthful things or accepting truthful things or being aware of it like you are. Being bold enough to speak out about certain things. A lot of people just be living in lies and secrets. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Like, personally, I had to learn that overthinking wasn't me being thorough. It was me trying to learn understanding. Seek understanding. You see what I'm trying to say? So it's like you overly explain because it's like I'm trying to understand something. And I want these people to understand and connect to what I'm trying to understand. You see what I'm trying to say? Because it's something that you like, there's more to something. But there's levels to it. Everybody's not awakened like chosen ones are, or just highly evolved spiritual people. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not tapped into their spiritual side. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people block that off. So it's like, you're trying to understand something, so you're overly explaining yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people may not relate to you. So you do that. And when you grow up or work in environments where your words are twisted, you learn to walk in footnotes. Okay? You learn to walk in footnotes. And that's the God honest truth. You learn how to do this because people like to twist your words around. People get afraid that you're so honest, you're so truthful. Why are you like this, and how come we're not like this and no one else is around? You know what I'm saying? When it's like people go off of copycat. What's the word for that? Is it copycatism? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, people want to follow something that everybody's doing, and chosen ones always set a new clear path. We see where things are not honest, and we want to hold the lights and the torch to all honesty. And a lot of people want to twist that around, and when there's a team of them against one person, it's sometimes when you're young and that starts at a young age, you get shut down. People want to silence you. You end up being silent. Okay, so when you finally start speaking out and coming out, they want to really start going to war with you and start trying to shut you down and start trying to silence you. You know what I'm saying? And you start realizing, I got to stop overly sharing. I got to stop doing all this because this is what they want me to do. They want me to feel like I'm not in my highest state. They want to shut you down. Speaking without oversharing looks like this. You state the truth once and you fall back and you let the other person share and control how they want to respond.